Hello, everyone.
And also hello from me. Just quickly interrupting at the start to say thanks to the currently blue-tinted Becker for letting me upload what you're currently watching, and thanks to SirTheThird for recording and asking the questions through the video. My name Blowout, and enjoy the deck profile and interview.
And I'm sitting here with the second place at the Sevilla Gundam Regional, Becker. Becker, how are you feeling?
Yeah, great. I was aiming for top 16 for the invite. I reached it pretty easily. Yeah, got to the finals. I would have never expected that. I can't complain.
So what were you playing today?
I played Blue-Green 1 Year War Rush. I think it's the best deck in the format, like by far actually, because it's the most consistent deck there is. It has like very nutty high roll draws, and if your opponent doesn't hit perfect against it, even if he in theory should have a fine matchup, it still steamrolls them. So yeah, I don't think there's any other choice at the moment.
All right, so let's take a look at the deck. What have you got rocking today?
Yeah, really standard. So for starter deck, Zakutu. It breaks the X bases, even if they like swing into it with the gym or the normal Zakutu. You can just use a pinger to trade 1-for-1. If they block with the Nelfrith, you can do the same. Very good card. Never play less than 4 of this in a rush deck. Pretty self-explanatory. Then the standard 8 vanilla Jim and Zakutu.
Everyone loves their gyms.
Yeah, I would play like 12 if I could, but sadly there's only 8 at the moment, so yeah, I'll have to make do with what I got. And then the best one-drop in the deck, Gun-Tech, probably the best one-drop in the game at the moment. The ping is so relevant, especially in aggressive decks. If they block your units, you can just ping them down. If they swing into your units, ping them down in your turn. Very, very strong, and 1 AP still takes the shield, so what more do I want?
Really nice. I know that some people were iffy on playing Ping and Rush. What do you think?
It's the main reason to play the deck. The ping is the most OP thing the deck does, so especially like combining multiple pingers, I would never run less than the full amount of both the normal blue pingers.
Okay. All right, what do we got next?
Then for Richard Dominics, I think a lot of people need to want to decide between this and Rizal. At the moment, I like Rigdom way more. The 3 AP, 1 AP less than Rizal doesn't really matter that much because of all the ping. The breach can be very relevant, especially against stuff like the ward. You can set it up really well with either Amuro or, like I said, the pingers. Puts the opponent in a very awkward spot. So yeah, very good card, and also Xeon card so searchable. Of the next card, which is the starter deck, Shazakutu LR. One of the strongest cards in the deck. Very, very strong card in general in the game at the moment. Even if you don't have a link, it's just a well-stated body. If they kill it, you basically don't care. There's 3 damage to the unit, and you got another unit out of it normally. It of course also has a link. A very strong card. Like to drop it on curve, like turn 3. This and a 1-drop, very strong.
Nice.
Then the other Shazakutu, the rare one from GD1. Way worse than the other one, but still very good. Links with Shah. Sometimes you put Amuro on it. You get a token for free. Most of the time they just ping it down in most matchups, but if they can't, it's just a lot of value. And another link target.
I'm going to say, because this one is essentially your primary way to recur in this deck, right? But at least this one, I saw this one come up more for like really uncomfortable matchups, especially in the mirror, right?
Yeah. It can come up a lot. Like if it works, it's really strong. But the LR one is just like better on average. Like it's easier to get value out of this than out of this.
Okay.
And then my second favorite card in the deck after Gun-Tank, the Angsha. Like I said before, always play maximum amount of ping. We only have the blue ping here. I would never play less than that. Very strong level 4. Sometimes a bit annoying, but usually you can just wait, play around it, plan accordingly.
It's funny because I remember in a lot of blue-red ping decks, a lot of them were like, oh, we'll only play 1 or 2 Angshas, but here it's just a different game.
I would also play 4 in blue-red. Like, I think if you play a deck with ping, play all of them.
All right.
Then the worst card in the deck, the starter deck Gundam LR, the RX-78 or Grandpa, how we like to call it. Like, it's pretty much in most matchups only useful if you have the armor with it. Like, it can come up sometimes, you put a char on it to buff the rest of your board in itself. But usually, like, you brick on this card, you don't have early plays because you have too many of those. If you don't have armors, it feels very bad. But it's very strong if you have the link, so I guess you need to play 4, but still, it feels horrible sometimes.
I would say you say that, but I definitely saw plenty of games where it was like an important body just because he had a 4.
Yeah, of course. Especially against Wing Zero, it can matter. But like in the 8 Swiss rounds, I had a single armor link, I think, in all of the 8 rounds. I had some more on top cut, but yeah, a lot of the time I just played it down as a vanilla, and I would rather had another 1 drop, so I could have like spammed the board more. That's the main issue. It's way too expensive as a vanilla.
Okay.
Of course, the repair also sometimes comes up against the Diaco decks, which is strong there, but yeah. Still, like, you rather hit the other stuff of your curve before you hit that.
Well, what comes with that curve? What's the top end?
Yeah, like the one top end is the 1 char Skelgu. I would never play more than that in this deck. You can search it off the Shazaku 2. It's basically like another pilot, another finisher. That it hits 6 is great against green white, especially because it can kill the undercoat tether base. But it's very bricky, does nothing in the early game. You never want to draw it early, so 1 is perfect number.
Did it ever come up during the tournament, like where it was the leading card for the victory, or?
No, but some games I had it in hand. If my opponent had a base and shields, I would have had game with this. But I don't think I used it to win. But yeah, it's nice to have.
Okay.
Then, for the pilots, it's 4 char Arsenal. Pretty self-explanatory. You have a lot of links. One of the links even searches more links. Usually, so yeah, never play less than 4, even if you sometimes brick if you see a lot of them early and don't have the links for it. But yeah, like, still very consistent deck. It's unlikely that happens. It just sometimes feels a little weird.
And also high maneuvers, just like the craziest keyword.
And even the games where I didn't have a link, like I had a 4/2 Torgis token, and with that I could just clear the desert base because it still reaches 6. Like, a lot of people need to double check that it gives the +1 AP on attack for every unit, but it actually does only the high maneuvers during it.
Important note, folks, Char does give the extra +1 on attack.
Yep, for every unit, even on vanillas. Then for Amro, never play less than that. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Rest blockers helps you, especially with the Rig Drum, to breach over stuff. Good in aggro mirrors to clear the board. And otherwise, you also put this a lot onto the Shazaku 2 rare, because it still gets its on destroy effect. It just needs any pilot, and it goes to 5. You can still clear base, but of course, you usually want to put it.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness you saw so many Amuro links that you didn't have to do that, right?
Yeah, of course. Like
all 1 of it up until top cut.
Yeah. And then one of the other strongest cards in the deck, Corsica base, as a 4-off. I would not play less than that. It's just card draw with bodies and tempo, like everything in 1 card. It helps you survive in aggro matchups sometimes. Very, very strong card. If you see 2 or 3 of them in matchups where you're just trying to rush them, they usually like can't do anything about that because it's so many units for so low, such low cost. Yeah, very, very good card. Best draw card for rush in the game at the moment, in my opinion. But the other like real draw card is 1 Trophy Resolve, just a 50 spot. Didn't know what else to fill it with. It's kind of weird. You never want to draw it early. Like, it's horrible. It messes with your whole game plan because you want to play units to pressure your opponent. But like in some grindy matches, you need the card draw. But this is probably the first card that's cuttable in the deck if you find something better. I like the 1-off. It helped me sometimes, but I also had awkward draws because of this sometimes. But yeah, I think the power of the card speaks for itself, especially if you've seen a lot of blue-white control decks. But yeah, I would not play more than 1.
Cutting Pot of Greed is crazy. It just shows you how different Gundam is than everything else.
It's Pot of Greed that costs 3, and you can only play from turn 4, and that's the main issue.
Still says Pot of Greed. My Yu-Gi-Oh! Brain has to take it at face value.
Yeah, then for my matchups, I played in the first one. I played against a newer player on green-white with like some starter decks. Very nice guy. He actually reached top 128. Was very happy for him. Very nice guy. Easily won that. Yet no play until like turn 4. I think I killed him on my turn 4, it was ridiculous. Round 2, I played against the green-white ramp deck. Was in control basically the whole game. He hit a base on the last shield, which messed with my game plan because then he was able to wing 0 basically my whole board. But I managed to finally find my first link of the game to then finish him the next turn. So yeah, like he got very lucky, but I counter-lucked, I guess. So I won that. The round after, I had a feature match. I played against Blue-White Tempo. It was kind of a close game. We had very strong bursts, but I managed to exactly win. Like he had one card in hand, he needed exactly a link to finish me. Didn't have it, was very unlikely, used all his pilots in the last turn. So I just steamrolled him basically the turn after. After that, I played against Blue-White Unicorn Control. I had a very strong start in my opinion, but my opponent just had like the perfects. He had a early blocker into turn 4 IX-78 Ammo Link, into a Unicorn mode with a link, play a Destroy mode, into the next turn Unicorn mode, link into another Destroy mode, this time linked, and after that turn I would have still had him dead on board with a link in hand. But he of course after that also had another IX-78 and Ammo link, so yeah, nothing much I could do there. Pretty unlucky, but yeah, that happens sometimes. The next round I played Aggro Mirror Match, pretty much the same deck. Pretty handily won it, I think. Don't remember that much from it. Yeah, very confident in the Aggro Mirror. Actually very hard to play in my opinion, to play correctly. The round after that I think I played then another one, which basically went exactly the same. And after that I played 2 more green-whites. Shoutouts to Johannes, another German guy. We were pretty much the only German guys in the event. Sadly, he missed out on Breakers, got 18th, I think. But yeah, great guy. I basically just crushed him down. And in the last round, another green-white, and basically the same happened. He couldn't do much. For top 16, I played against another green-white guy. Because I was second after Swiss, I could basically choose first or second for the whole top card, even in the finals. I sent him first. He didn't have his anti-aggro cards. I just crushed him. Second game, I needed to go first, but he still didn't have his anti-aggro cards. I think the whole match took like 15 minutes in total. Very nice guy. He wanted to play the 2v2 anyway. Just didn't want to concede. It was nice meeting him, but yeah, pretty easy match. After that, in top 8, I played another Aggro Mirror. Pretty handily won that. My opponent also said he did some mistakes. I also won that 2-0 in like 20 minutes, I think. Very easy match. Still, Aggro Mirror always stressful. And then in the round after that, I basically played against a friend of the guy I played in top 8 and top 4. He was very good, my best opponent of the day by far, in my opinion. We played another Aggro Mirror. He was the guy who taught my top 8 opponent how to play the deck. It was a very close match. I managed to win that 2-1. Maybe a bit better draws. I think we both played that match almost perfectly. It was very, very tight. But yeah, I managed to win that pretty handily in the third game at the end. And yeah, then the finals were just a complete disaster. Like, I'm not even mad. My opponent had like perfect, like, if you would like dream up a hand to use against blue-green aggro, he had that hand, but 5 times better. That's how the games felt. Like, I had basically no play. I don't think I could have done anything. Like in the first game, I said him first, he had the ward on curve into Alphys on curve. I managed to handle that. Then he had the base. I managed to out that. And after that, I hit a striker pack in the shield. So game 1 for like giga curves. He also had the armor link turn 4 on curve, of course. And then second game, basically exactly the same. My hand was a little worse than in game 1. And he again just did going first, the ward into Alfred. I think hit a base again into Grandpa Armor Link, into A Link, into another Armor Link, or like he played like 3 8s in total after that in the turns. Like, yeah, like I couldn't do anything there. Very nice guy, the hometown hero won, I guess. Yeah, congratulations to him. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Yeah, was a very nice guy. Was destiny, I think. Like, I couldn't do anything there. Yeah,
You even saw the judges roll their eyes at that.
even
Like, you
just
can't
were
do
like,
anything.
Oh my god, is that even allowed? Like, I don't know what to do here. Yeah, was kind of funny. Yeah, like I said, I'm not even mad. Like, I reached my goal. Can't be happier. And yeah, then
Give any shout outs? Anyone
yeah,
to.
of course. Shoutouts, of course, to my cameraman, SirTheThird, who I was rooming with this weekend. Then also shoutouts to Danny and Levi for helping me test the matchups for this week. Shoutouts to my team, Metasheep. Shoutouts to all the guys on the Sunday Gundam Fight server. We are hosting webcam events on Discord every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central European Time or 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If anyone wants to join, it's always a lot of fun. 100% of participation fees will be given out as prizing in either product, cash, promos, whatever we currently have. And yeah, shout out to all the guys from the staff team of Sunday Gundam Fight. Like I said, Danny, SirTheThird, of course, also all the logistics expert. Man in Blue, Kyo, even if he's a little bit rift-bound cursed at the moment. And yeah, and then of course, shout outs to all my friends. You know who you are, and of course, Dom, love you. That's pretty much it. And I hope I can perform at finals.
Well, fingers crossed for you, but let's get one more view. That's right, folks. That is the only Sevilla second place statue or trophy that exists, and that is the winner right there, ladies and gentlemen, and all the new types that live in between. Your second place champion.